Hello milk tea lovers, do you miss me or have you missed me? I have been showing a lot of coffee recipes, so this time I'm going back to make some bubble tea for you, special treats. In my previous video tutorial, I showed you how to make my homemade caramel sauce. And today, as promised, I am going to show you how to make my own version of Hokkaido milk tea. This time, not using any Hokkaido milk because where I am, it is not easily available unless you're willing to pay the high price. Most shops would use Hokkaido milk powder and I am not so keen on that. So I am going to use fresh milk to make my Hokkaido milk tea. The distinguishing taste of Hokkaido milk tea is the caramel taste. So we are going to use my homemade caramel sauce for this. If you don't have homemade caramel sauce, you can also use commercial caramel syrup or sauce. This one is from Hershey's and this is Monin. But if you're using my recipe today, you will need a sauce and a syrup. So instead of using those two, I'm going to use one single ingredient, which is my caramel sauce, homemade caramel sauce. And what happens if you use your homemade caramel sauce? You cut your costs by about 50% at least. For the ingredients, we are going to use black tea. I'm using my premium black tea here. And although I have said I'm not going to use Hokkaido milk powder, I am going to use creamer. Now, milk tea or Taiwanese bubble tea is not the same without creamer. So I really am into it, kind of approve it because this is exactly how a bubble tea would taste like. Creamer, and then I'm using my homemade caramel sauce. And milk. Milk, I'm going to use this as foam so that I can decorate the top with my caramel sauce. And because this is a bubble tea, I'm going to use my Tapioca Pearls here. For the equipment, we are going to use a shaker because I'm going to make it traditional, so you can use a shaker or you can simply use the stirring method, use the spoon. And then we are going to make use of my electric milk frother to make the milk foam. And to save time, I'm going to use the scale to measure the proportions of each of the ingredients that we are going to use. Now to brew our tea, I'm going to use the traditional method of boiling 150 grams of tea leaves to 5 liters of water. And this is what I have here now. This is my brewed tea, and I put it in a kettle so that I can warm it, because if you use ingredients like creamer, you need your tea to be warm. I'm going to show you 3 different sizes here, 12 ounces, 16 ounces, and 22 ounces, so that for those with shops, you can follow the recipes here. Let's start by making the milk foam. For the milk foam, I am going to use the electric milk frother to help us foam the milk. So if you don't know yet how to make a milk foam, please check my other video tutorials. So I'm going to use this. We're going to start by making our 12 ounces cup. I'm going to use a scale and I'm going to use my 12 ounces shaker here. I'm going to put everything into the shaker. Using a scale, I need 120 ml of tea, 2 tablespoons of creamer, stir. For the caramel sauce, for 12 ounces, I am going to put 10 ml of my caramel sauce. I'm taking the lid off just to make it faster. Okay. Add your tapioca pearls. Fill it with milk foam. And decorate the top with caramel sauce. And this is my Hokkaido milk tea, 12 ounces. Next, let's make our 16 ounces cup. I'm going to use the same procedure. I'm going to use the scale. So for 16 ounces cup, I need my 16 ounce shaker. Well, if you don't have all the sizes, that's fine. You just have to do it the way you're usually doing it. But for this one, I'm going to use 150 ml of tea. And then I need, this time, 3 tablespoons of my creamer. If you'd like to use scoop, that's also fine. That means it will be more, but I use tablespoons. So 3 tablespoons of my creamer. Stir. And this time, for the 16 ounces cup, I am going to use 15 ml of my caramel sauce. So 15 ml. For the ice, fill it about 3/4. Do not fill it to the top. Once again, we're going to fill this with boba, tapioca pearls. You can use cognac pearls or grass jelly, whatever you prefer. And then now we pour our milk tea over. I love the color of this milk tea. It's a perfect color. This means it will taste really good. If it's very pale, it's just like a lot of milk. So this is because I'm using a very strong tea and also smells very good. And the icing on the cake is our milk foam. I have a very, very thick foam here, so looks really good. So that's my milk foam. So this also includes milk in the drink. It's not only creamer, okay? And then design it with caramel sauce on top. If you have a triple squeeze bottle, it makes it easy for you to decorate the top of your drink. Okay, so this one is now the 16 ounces Hokkaido milk tea a la Chao. So after 2 cups, my milk foam is gone. So what you do with this is, once again, you foam it. I'm going to put it back in my ice bucket here. Just put it there. And I'm going to foam this again. If you want to add more milk, that's fine, but I have enough here. Okay, so that's it. And it is a beautiful silky milk foam. And we're going to make our final cup, which is 22 ounces. So for this, I'm going to use my 22 ounces shaker. For the tea, 200 ml of my brewed tea. For the creamer, I need 4 tablespoons, that's a lot of creamer. 2, 3, 4, stir. And then for the caramel sauce, I'm going to put 20 ml of my homemade caramel sauce. You can adjust this if you'd like it to be more sweet, but you can see that I didn't add any sugar here. The caramel is creamy enough and sweet enough. Add the ice. Once again, just fill it about 3/4 of the way up, and we are ready to shake. Put a generous amount of tapioca pearls. This is the perfect color for a milk tea. Milk foam. This is an extremely creamy, foamy milk foam. Okay, it's like almost like whipped cream. Once again, decorate the top with caramel sauce. Be generous. "22 ounces, 16 ounces, and 12 ounces. This one, you can save a lot of money, and you also come up with better Hokkaido milk tea than those made from Hokkaido Milk Powder. So we use fresh milk, we use creamer, and we use very strong tea. And of course, this delicious homemade caramel sauce. If you are using the sealing film, that's easy because your customers can just shake them. But I would recommend that you give it a stir or a shake before taking it, so that the caramel sauce which we put on top will also be mixed with the drink. The sweetness of this one is just right. That's 10 ml of caramel sauce and some caramel sauce topping. That tastes just perfectly fine. 15 ml of caramel sauce, that creamy milk foam, and also that strong black tea. This is perfect combination. To some, this might be about 25% sweetness. So if you'd like it to be sweeter, just add a bit more of your caramel sauce. Now the milk foam, it helps in making the drink more creamy as well. So it's more flavor, more creamy, and also the texture and the look is much more appealing than just without the milk foam at all. Okay, so this might be a little bit on the not sweet side, so because 20 ml of caramel sauce, you might wish to add to make it 25 to up to 30 ml. But look at that beautiful color and look at that creamy texture. What I don't like the most when I see milk tea in photos is that they look very, very pale, and also they look like they're so runny. It's just not the way to go. Follow my recipes here and you'll be surprised at how improved your milk tea might be. So make sure they look the right color, the right texture, and of course, the right taste. If you have any questions about this, do let me know, comment below. In the meantime, I'll see you again for more of these video tutorials. Don't forget to check out my book, All Things Milk Tea, for over 500 recipes that you can refer to and use for your shops. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.